Can I divert a little bit and tell you a story? People who sing YouTube must have heard it often, but this is iTube. Many years ago, when Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was alive, one day he was going in a horse buggy on the streets of Calcutta. So he looked out of the window and he saw a drunk on the footpath, going that way, staggering along. So he shouted at them, stop it. So they stopped the vehicle. He came out and he went to the footpath, ran to the pavement, caught hold of this drunk tightly, hugged him and said, "Hey brother, we are both drunks." That fellow didn't know what was happening. He said, I am also always ecstatic, I am drunk, you are also drunk, we are brothers, don't go. So he held on to it. With great difficulty they managed to pull him out from there, put him in the buggy and take him away. He went. He was still saying, "Why did you pull me away from him?" He went off. You see, a saint has no distinction between, he doesn't see anybody who is other than a saint. He went away. But that's not the end of the story. Many years later, after the great Belur Math was built, Swami Vivekananda was sitting inside the sanctum sanctorum, meditating, and he heard some noise. Somebody was shouting, "Alak Niranjan." So he came out. And he saw a sadhu with matted hair and white dress standing there, white, just a small cloth, and looking at the shrine. Now, if you had been to Belur Math, there is a image of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa there. Idol has been made in marble. Those days there was no idol. It was still under construction. So there was a picture. The usual picture you see sitting like this, that kind of picture. So as soon as he saw this young Swami come out, he asked him, "Can I hug that picture?" He said, "We don't allow people into the sanctum sanctorum." He said, "Please, can I hug?" He said, "But why?" He said, "You probably don't know. Maybe, I don't know whether you were born before your time. This person, this Thakur, was going in a buggy, horse buggy. He ran out. I was drunk. I was an alcoholic. He ran out of the thing and he hugged me. And he said, 'Hey, we are brothers. You're drunk and I'm drunk.' And then they pulled him away and took him back. And then Swamiji said, "Then what happened?" Then he said, "I have not had a drop of alcohol after that." He said, "Why?" "Because I'm always drunk." I don't know, this peculiar ecstasy comes from inside. And I totter all the time, I'm completely drunk. So I came, somebody told me, "You have a picture of this man in this temple." So I came to, "Can I hug?" And Swamiji said, "Please go hug." And then he came out and he said, "Can I touch your feet?" Swamiji asked. He said, "No." He said, "You're wearing saffron, you're the sannyasi, and I'm a white clad person, you can't touch my feet." And he walked away. So, get rid of all the sad faces. We are here for a feast. So, there is a little two slokas together. "Na roopamasyeha tathopalabhyate, nanto na chadir na cha sampradishta, ashwatthaminam svapirudha moolam, asangashastrena dridhena chitta, tathapadam tat parimargitavyam, yasmin gathana nivartanti bhuya, tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatha pravritti prasuta purani." For one involved in this life, normal life, ordinary life that we live, the form of this world tree, this Ashwattha tree, is not visible. Nor does he know its origin, nor does he know its end, nor does he know its foundation. Now, if you can cut asunder this firmly rooted Ashwattha tree, world tree, with a powerful axe of non-attachment. Non-attachment is not non-loving. In fact, when there is true love, there is no attachment. Attachment is when you expect something in return and you're worried if it will slip away from your hand. It's love, it is giving, not receiving. Difficult. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, but... So, with the axe of non-attachment, one can cut this Ashwattha tree and say, I seek refuge in that primeval supreme person from whom this entire activity has come forth. A human being should seek that status, attaining to which there is no more return to this life of birth and death. Now when you say birth, samsara, birth and death, please don't mistake it only for past birth and this life and being born again. Birth and death means every time our ambitions are broken, our desires are broken, it is death. When it is fulfilled, it is birth. And this is what we go through all our life, even before we die. In fact, every minute there is a kind of death. And every minute there is a birth. Also, look at life. If you ask a proper biology person, they will tell you that every day millions of cells in the human body are dying and new cells are being replaced. You don't see it. We think we are the same. So every minute there is death and every minute there is life. When one understands this, one is free. When one understands the true essence, which is not part of this, the root of the Ashwattha tree, which unfortunately can be studied only through the leaves and the branches. And fortunately can be studied. Then when one comes to the root, then one understands the reality that one need not die and be born, one is alive eternally and at peace with oneself. The mind is tranquil and resting, and there the divinity is reflected there. Inner self, which is not different from the root from which this whole universe has come and into which this whole universe is finally going to go into. You can call it Brahman. The Buddhists call it Shunya. Shunya is not nothing. Recently, somebody sent me a BBC article which said that India's greatest contribution to mathematics, from where even calculus has come, is the invention of zero. Shunya. So Shunya is not nothing. Shunya is that which we cannot define. It's not nothing, it's a no thing. It's not a thing, but it is. So this is what this sloka describes. That caught in this has come. But we won't be discouraged by this. You have? Very good. And how many minutes will it take? Hari Hari Radha. Hari Hari. I didn't say Hari Hari, Hari. I'm sure the guy who operates the generator has disappeared. So. Oma Jyotirgamaya. So, those of us, you and me, who are caught in this world of form and think that everything is different and not the same, us, who don't understand that the root is actually the same. The biological sense that we are descended from chimpanzees. Sometimes we behave like that. Somebody said there were monkeys sitting on a tree and saying, "A man descended, we make no fuss, brother, he didn't descend from us." You know? So, anyway, caught in this thing of narrowness and little-mindedness and this and that and division, the general divisiveness, which is the branches and the leaves and the secondary roots which are so caught up in this earth, one forgets the root, which is eternally free and which is me and you and everyone else, same. When this is understood, one is free. But, therefore, nirmana moham jitasanga dosham adhyatma nitya vinivritya kama dvandvair vimukta sugadukka sanye gacchanti amudha padamavyayam. But those who are free from, watch what is the first word used. Very interesting. The practical thing which we can do actually. What is it? Pride. Those who are free from pride, and the translation would be and delusion, but I would say delusion born of pride. Let me add that. I hope Vyasa doesn't find fault with me. So, those who are free from pride and the resulting delusion, resulting are my words, okay? Who have no attachments, who are absorbed in spiritual pursuits, who are free from the little things of life, who are unaffected by situations which are pleasurable or painful, such persons, freed from ignorance, attain to the eternal state, the root from which this whole thing began. Nirmana moha jitasanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandvair vimukta, free from the two opposites, sukha dukkha sanyai, treating sukha and dukkha alike, gacchantya mudha padamavyayam tat, such wise men, wise girls reach the Supreme. I think somebody should now rewrite these scriptures, taking out the word man wherever mentioned and write person. Nowadays people are called chairpersons. Okay, so what happens if you reach such a stage where you have found the root and you're enjoying the root, you're enjoying the essence of your being, freed from opposites, where there is so much abundance that you don't want anything from anybody but you only want to give? In such a state, when that state is reached, it is defined in the Gita as na tadbhasayate suryo, na shashanko na pavaka, yadgatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. In that supreme abode of mind, there is no need for the sun to rise or for the moon to shed its light, because it is self-illumined. For it is the light of pure consciousness. It doesn't need the sun or the moon. When you have reached that, one doesn't have any desire to return to the opposites. Such is my supreme abode. What mind? Krishna says. My supreme abode is that from which you can remain in bliss and happiness with no help from anywhere outside, including the sun or the moon. Once you reach there, you have no desire to come back. Yeah, sometimes you have a desire, I don't know whether to call it desire or a feeling to come back when you see, how come others don't understand this? And then there is a deep grief that hits the mind. And then sometimes people come back. Yeah. They have a beautiful concept described with the Mahayan. It's called the Bodhisattva. There are two kinds of sages according to them. One is one who attains nirvana and is happy with his nirvana. Moksha is free. Then there is the other type of person who puts one foot across the line into a nirvana. His other foot is about to go, he says, wait, stop. I've seen this. Why am I going here? What about others who haven't seen this? Can I go back and bring some more? Then they come back. Such people are called bodhisattvas. We don't have a term like that in the ancient shastras, but they always have described perfected yogis coming back for the purpose of making others understand that you can be perfect too. Otherwise there is no satisfaction in coming back. And maybe a cup of hot coffee at 11 o'clock, things like that, simple sense. So we'll stop with that. This is the sixth. Na tadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka. I read a very funny translation of this by in the ISKCON Gita as it is, where it is written, na tadbhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka. Pavaka means fire. The translation was, there is no sun, nor the moon, nor electricity. It's okay, So, yeah, which means even if the light goes off, no need of a generator. Carry on. So there's a break now for 20 minutes, and then we come back again.